What's up guys, Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today we got a fun one. This is a YBY1 VOD review. This guy, I mean, he's been doing very well on ladder recently. He is 1800 LP, you can see in the top right there on the Vietnamese server. And he's ranked like 5 on NA as well. YBY1, as always, just beasting it on every server that exists. And this game is actually another one of these international scrims. We did one yesterday from Wijan Iverson, and this is another one. You can see Philip from NA is here, but I mean, people from all over. Haruru, I don't know who FIFA is actually. Fall Help, I've heard the name before. Archeo there. I don't know K Bao is either, but a lot of fantastic players from across the world here playing in one of these scrims, which is really exciting to watch, honestly. We also get YBY1 on an econ portal, which is always so fun to watch because this guy is just so good at using his econ, playing for max cap, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, let me get a pause before we get to first augment here. We do have this kind of Graves opener here. We have great Graves items here from the spot, honestly. We have the Krakens plus sword open for Sterex, and we could even take Edge of Night here and be quite happy with that, just to slam onto Graves now. So I imagine that'll be our early slam here, but we will see. Boom up +1. I mean, it's fun. You are going to have a lot of gold this game, which gives you a lot of options as far as what you actually want to do from this spot. We do see a few other people potentially angling Graves, so perhaps that'll scale us off. Vanguard's player, yeah, there's someone who's already for sure locked into Golden Ox there. We saw when he does this scout here. Yeah, so this person obviously hard locked into playing Golden Ox, so we can't really contest them in that. It's looking like we're still going to take the Edge of Night here, which might be, yeah, this is going to make for quite an interesting game here. And we're even going to level here and make, oh, actually the BT slam along with the Edge of Night when we have this set up here. So not going to be a Graves game because we've slammed out of the Sterex, which is just a fantastic Graves item. And also obviously because we are contested Graves reroll and this guy has an econ augment, so it's going to be a lot harder for us to beat them as the contestor. So it's going to be interesting to see what line we actually play into in this spot here. We get a very nice board in now with Golden Ox, Bruiser, and Slayer on this setup here, and then we still have the Ross to get in later. So I mean, we have our early game kind of sorted. The question is, what is our late game going to look like here? Just because, yeah, I mean, this guy also actually, oh, I didn't even see this guy. This guy also took Wandering Trainer, got Golden Ox plus Bruiser here, so they certainly also going to play Golden Ox, though they are very unlikely to play like a Graves reroll type setup. They're just going to be playing, you know, fast state 6 Golden Ox type stuff. So, you know, the sooner they can get Golden Ox in, the better. It's kind of rough to loss streak with Golden Ox. Though it's not so rough to loss streak for YBY1 here, actually. We've lost our, you know, loss streak. We've won a fight as well, but he sees 3 Cypher here and says, yeah, why not actually just fit Cypher in here in the early game here. I mean, it's kind of crazy. We don't have any kind of loss streak. So we're gonna have to start our 3 loss here and then get our first 3 loss right at the end of the stage. But I mean, it's not like we're win streaking really hard anyway, so there's no downside to playing it here. We might just get some free resources. Is he looking at just taking Graves pair here? Yeah, he ends up taking sword here. I mean, I don't think Graves pair when you're playing for Cypher really does anything, so I don't think you want to take that. Though I don't know exactly. I mean, you could just finish off a GS here and that could be your item, though it's still pretty... I'm kind of interested in seeing where YBY1 is going to take this here. The main thing is we have a ton of gold to work with, so we don't have to worry about, you know, how we're getting somewhere. We rotate into this guy who actually greeds. Oh, I mean, just actually destroying Haruru here. They trying to greed their loss streak, but end up not inting enough, keeping their Nidalee in here, so we actually get the loss here. I mean, that's just a little sloppy by them. But now we know we are just going to be full on playing for this loss streak here. Even completely sells off the Graves here. We have this Vi 2 that maybe we can item hold with some AD items, but for now we just want to ensure that we are going to lose this last fight here, get our 3 loss plus our streak here. Yeah, we rotate into this guy who also kind of... We actually want to let's go back and look at this positioning here, because yeah, they tried to but this is actually really smart from YBY1, man. Okay, so the idea is they're trying to actually stop they're trying to allow our units to walk up, right? The thing is, like, when you have this positioning where you're trapping 2 units in on the right side with this unit, if somebody doesn't put a unit up here for LeBlanc to attack, this means LeBlancs are just going to walk up and then Vi's going to walk out. We actually do kind of hilariously a similar thing where we position this Draven down here. This is kind of like the counter positioning because, had we left, Draven in the middle here, actually, we would be in a situation where all 3 of these units would end up targeting Draven. They would burst him down really quickly, but they would stay here. So then the Silas would get trapped. Because we put the Draven down here, hilariously enough, this means that the Kindred actually walks up and the Silas walks out. And this person is still greeting less hard than we are because they're playing still 2 rapid fire. They have a Gwynsu slammed. This was really quick by YBY1, but it's very... you could overlook it, but it actually does a lot of work here in allowing us to lose this fight, because I'm pretty sure if we put Draven in the middle here, we actually win this fight. But instead, both of our backlines are going to walk up. However, putting Draven all the way on the left side, it means that all of these units are going to, that's the other piece of this, is all 3 of these units you can see here aggro onto the Draven here, which is really, really, really good for us. You want them all to be focus firing one of your backliners. And then in the kind of opposite way, all these units actually walk up and end up aggroing onto, I believe we aggro onto, this Kog'Maw here, but we don't aggro onto the most important Kog'Maw. And once the Kog's dead, we end up aggroing onto the Silas. So actually just perfectly played. Oh my God. And he's still actually, I'm shocked that that's almost a win for YBY1, because I think he did everything correct as far as inting out that fight. Yeah, I'm shocked. It's because they're playing 4-1 cost units and we're playing a 3 cost and 2-2 cost. So we actually almost still win that fight. That would have been so tragic, but instead we get a perfect loss, which is just beautiful stuff from YBY1. Showing why he's the GOAT, because that is a very teeny tiny little optimization that ends up having actual huge implications on what we're doing this game. Okay, we're gonna pop this anvil. I really am still interested. We can make a second Edge of Night here, sure. But I'm really interested actually in what line we're going to go this game. You could play into Slayers, right? You could play like Slayers with Zed and stuff like that. We have a lot of gold. So we very well could play this into a more of like a fast 9 type approach. I'm really excited to see what YBY1 does with his gold this game. Because we can almost we can almost guarantee fast 9 from this spot. We don't really want to play Cypher because Cypher doesn't play into anyone. you have the Zed. We could just play 5 Cypher is an option, I guess. The crazy option would be this one here where you just lose all of your econ. The downside is obviously we're losing a lot of econ, but it is going to mean that our 4-2, we can probably go 9 on 4-2. It's YBY1, so he might just take it. It's a bit crazy, but his name's YBY1. He actually bought out this entire shop here, so he actually has the ability to make 10 if he wants to, but he's going to hold on to some more of these Slayers to keep the Slayer dream alive. So maybe that's something that we want to do. I really feel like we're just going to be able to go straight to level 9, which opens up some other really cool opportunities. I would say Garen, this Garen unit is actually like kind of real now as far as a carry, and so maybe we could see like a Garen carry style setup here from this spot. I think it makes a lot of sense with being able to guarantee go level 9. If we see that, that'll be really fun here. Obviously, we're not going to cash out here. Probably just going to take the 3-7 cash. Yeah, I'd imagine we're just taking the 3-7 cash out. And we are going to team planner in out actually. Okay, so this is kind of what I was talking about. So this is this really, really cool sort of like fast 9 style, like almost Garen carry, like melee carry board, where you're still playing Urgot and Vex on this board, but you really don't want to itemize Vex. You really want to play for the Garen. You really want to get Divinicorp mods with Garen, so you can mod Garen, you can mod Urgot, mod Kobuko, get all of this value from the Divinicorp mods. It's a really cool like newer fast 9 line that's opened up now that Garen's been buffed up and he's a little bit more of a unit that you're excited to play around. And obviously you have some cool synergies that emerge. You can actually you can play Cho'Gath on this board, either over, I think it would end up being over the Kobuko actually, to get Boombot for your Urgot and for your Cho'Gath, of course. So we'll see how YBY1 wants to play it, the way he caps out the board. There's other versions that you can play, so I'm excited to see which one he breaks out here. But this would be fantastic, right? We have all these items that can be good onto Garen. We are going to pick up Zed here, who's going to be a nice item holder. Also could just be a red buff slam to guarantee that we have the heal cut here. And then you also have the Renekton that you can duo carry. So, that makes really good usage of the double double Edge of Nights here. I'm still, though, not 100% sure why we are holding on to these Jarvans. I mean, maybe just as a potential out to something. The other nice thing about the Zed, yeah, he's going to kind of like stabilize the mid game a little bit, save us some HP, and he's also another Cypher, so now we have 4 Cypher in, just waiting on the Galio to pop up. And we are going to triple slam, just slam everything at this point. We held them for a while, but we're getting to the point here where everyone at this point at 3-5 should have a board. He's doing a lot of very active scouting here to make sure that that's the case, because he absolutely does not want to lose his loss streak, but you know, everyone at this point I would say has a board, so you don't have to worry about getting like griefed, except for that guy though. Well, were they in our pool? I think they were, so a little yeah, a little scary, because yep, you have to do this. I think this makes perfect sense. I'm surprised he actually did it with so much time left, but I do think you absolutely have to remove the Zed here, because if you win this fight, is going to lead to a dramatically lower cash out here, and you know, who cares that much about the remover? We're basically full pivoting the board, and this is beautiful, right? We take this loss here, get a 290 cash out. This is one of the speed spots for cash outs. They're in general pretty good here. The duplicator, I would say, pretty good for our setup. I think you're in general more excited about like the radiant item cash outs and things like that. But this is not bad either. This can be Garen 2. This can be, you know, any of the 2 stars Renekton 2, stuff like that. So I think it's still pretty solid for us here. Oh my God, I mean that is just a godsend for YBY1, and he immediately is looking at Divinicorp Spat Slam here, because this is what we're guaranteed to play towards this game, so that's fantastic here. This is going to allow us to get to higher Divinicorp thresholds. Also means that we can kind of you get a Divinicorp mod before even getting the Divinicorp mod, but then you also get obviously the effect of having the emblem, the Omni Vamp, which is really, really nice to just get as kind of a final piece of what is looking like a pretty insane Exodia that we have soon here. I mean, 16 HP left, so we are going to have to make a big pivot this round. Really important for YBY1, and he's very good at this, so I assume he's going to do this. Just pick Augment quickly here. I think you can take the 5-cost one. I think it's fine here, but most important is just, I think, taking Augment quickly here, and he does take it very quickly because he knows we need to roll all of our gold here, and yep, we go straight to level 9 here. We have to pick up Divinicorp. Honestly, it's a relatively cheap board because you're playing a few of these lower cost Divinicorp units, so I don't think it's that hard to actually like full build this board on 9. Make the Vex 2 here, picking up some Bloblets for Zach, which is nice. Yeah, give up on the Kobokos at this point. Find Renekton 2 here, and we are going to slam QSS onto Renekton here. Going to go probably Edge of Night plus BT onto him. Move these items over to Garen. No, actually, IE is going to finish out, yeah, on Renekton. We got Even Shroud here, and then slam the Belt and slam the Tier to finish off our last couple of items. I mean, beautiful pivot turn from YBY1, all in one round. He full pivoted the entire board. Yeah, just didn't. Who did he not have in? He didn't have the Urgot in, right? He had the Urgot in over. Well, what did he actually cut there at the end for the Urgot? Oh, just the second Rost. Actually played double Rost. So I love seeing stuff like that. You know, YBY1, even the best player, some of the best players in the world. I mean, you know, it's a very hard turn to make. So even he will, you know, make a small mistake there, but still, I mean, very easy. From now to be in a fantastic spot after a very, very hard turn. And we're still holding on to this dupe, actually. Interesting as well, he sells off the Zac. I think it makes a decent amount of sense here when, you know, your alternative is playing this stuff. The Cho'Gath for Bruiser plus Boombot is really, really nice to play for kind of max cap here. So yeah, I think this actually makes sense, though he could have, you know, kept Zac on the board, but I mean, with no Zac to it, it doesn't make that much sense here. He was looking at Zac for some reason. Yeah, I think the Tier is okay here. Gets you to blue buff, which is fantastic. I mean, you're pretty great on items here, I would say. You have the Even Shroud for Armor Shred, you have the red buff, we get Divinicorp mod, which is beautiful. Yeah, we have almost the whole board Divinicorp at this point. We're going to throw it onto Urgot to just play for the super max cap, and we're also going to dupe up the Senna here because I mean, it's a lot of extra stats to give to the Renekton. Obviously, Renekton biting the Senna is nice. She has a lot of just innate AD. Even though we don't actually have Slayer in on this board, she still just has quite high AD count. And yeah, this Renekton is looking fantastic here with the no healing item, just the QSS. I mean, keeping QSS so good on Renekton because he is this like auto attack based carry. And then the IE paired with the QSS to make good usage out of the crit chance, the Edge of Night obviously as the last one, and then the healing onto Garen so that he can be almost like a drain tank type unit on the front line. This itemization looks fantastic, and I mean, we're 16 HP, but we'll see. Honestly, this game is YBY1's to lose, if that makes sense. You know, like he needs, he's certainly playing for a dub here. Almost, 290 stack cash out into a very, very high capped board. Has the dupe here to make, potential one of his 2-star 5 costs here. I'm actually kind of curious how he wants to do rolling here, because it's very tempting to roll in this spot because you are Garen pair and you have a dupe open. but you're also really, really strong. So you could maybe just greed the straight to level 10 from this spot. So I want to see. I'd be tempted to roll here, certainly, for just some kind of upgrade. And yeah, I think he is going to agree. I do think, yeah, you should hold on to the Vex, because if you find a lot of Vexes, you can actually potentially Vex 3 this game off Duplicator. Rolling down here, and yeah, we're one off everything. So we just find both options. Dupe, dupe, move the blue buff over. I love this. If you look at the stats on, and then Sterax finish off here onto the Cho, and we're actually going to hold, we're going to make Hodge for the Cho. I guess this is going to move down to, we have 2 removers left, so this is going to move down to the Urgot probably. Yeah, okay. Oh, we don't actually, this is quite tragic. We actually don't get a mod here that we want. Or maybe, yeah, IE moves down here. Yeah, I think this makes some amount of sense, though. We still have this Sterax sitting around then. Was this really the best itemization? Interesting. Okay, we take Executioner. Oh yeah, this is a good option. I mean, it's no Divinicorp, but it's still pretty good. It's getting a mod onto our Garen too, which is fantastic. And now we can just start farming up items every single round. Oh, I mean, this spot is just so gross here. We just farmed a full Sunfire, which we don't need for heal cut, but it's, I mean, you'll build it, right? It's guaranteed heal cut. It's a kind of a fake tank item, but it's a little bit of a tank item. I mean, well, he could actually just greed the components. I mean, they're great components. Belt being half of stuff like Guardbreaker or even another Sterax, really good. The cloak or the chain could be, I mean, the dream is it's another it is another Edge of Night here. You throw that onto Urgot, but even still, it could be something else. Could be just a tank item here. So yeah, we're actually going to greed because yeah, why make the Sunfire Slam when we could actually just greed this for our best items? Once again, we're playing for the dub here, and our board is so strong. I don't think you have to worry about losing any of these fights. Interesting that he hovered Gwinsu's there. I mean, I don't think Gwinsu's is, I mean, it's not bad, I guess. I was looking more at Gunblade. Yeah, I like Gunblade here, just generally as an item, though. Does it go on Vex? I was thinking Urgot. Yeah, he hovered Vex there for a second, but I think, yeah, Urgot makes more sense just to get to 3 item there. The Vex is really like your lowest priority unit to itemize. She is a nice red buff holder, though. She, spreads it pretty decently. And in a spot like this, when you have an embarrassment of riches, you have all of these items, I think you're fine with putting stuff there. And he's actually, smart from YBY1. He says, you know what, this guy's a little scary. I'm going to make the Sunfire Slam just to guarantee I can win this fight, because this guy actually has a pretty scary Garen, and it ends up being a pretty close fight. So yeah, I love that for YBY1. Just dynamically understanding, okay, this is how strong my opponent is here. I am going to make the Sunfire Slam. Maybe that swings the fight, getting the heal cut in off early before the red buff ends up proccing, or just in general, having an extra tank item onto the Cho'Gath. I love that. That's so nice here, actually. And you see at this point he's also opted to start biting the Garen here. I mean, Garen just so much AD at this point, and he also he has the BT, he has the Divinicorp emblem. He's healing up a decent amount, so I think this makes a lot of sense. I think you're really looking for Divinicorp here, ideally, right? I mean, you can take Renekton emblem, yep, to another Executioner, throw it onto Renekton. I think the dream here was Divinicorp onto Cho'Gath. That's like really what you're happy about off the Garen mods. But I mean, this is still really, really good as well. Just getting Executioner, the spell crit onto Renekton, some extra crit chance onto him. 2 more items. Honestly, it's kind of bad at this late into the game that we're in Scuttle, because there's just so many people with items. Yeah, a little bit annoying here, actually, but we level up here. We are opting, wow, to actually just play another, okay, he's actually, okay, so this is going to be our final setup here. It's a double Renekton setup. The nice thing is if you do play 2 copies, they do both get the mod. So like both of you can kind of like see on their feet there. It's on both of the Renektons are getting Executioner, which is really, really cool. And then also you have the opportunity, if you hit Urgot, to the problem, I mean, you almost have to do this, right? But the problem is he has no items. Yeah, okay, he's not going to do it. And he ends up getting super rewarded because we actually hit the second Renekton here. So it's, oh my God, we're going to have 2 Renekton 2s with 7 Divinicorp. I mean, this is just like this is a is a quintessential, am I using that word correctly, YBY1 game, like just a game where he plays for the most insane cap. I feel like if you look at YBY1 and you compare him to other like top players, like if you just look at his final boards, like the times where he sees himself on a final board that is just absolutely disgusting like this. Oh, he's doing this tech, the double Renekton bite tech. Oh, okay, he changes off it, but he actually did show that off there for a second. You can do this and have both Renektons bite the same unit if you put them in exactly these hexes, because there's no bottom right hex here, so it goes down to here. The problem is this Garen's going to take a lot of damage. This is really good if you have like a if you have like a dummy, if you have one, or not a dummy, but one of the golems, you can like double bite a giant golem like this and get insane stats. But he's opting to do this actually instead, just because, yeah, I mean, this is a little bit more reasonable for your Garen positioning. Also means that, you know, your Garen isn't getting double bitten for like 1,000,000 damage and like immediately proccing Edge of Night, which seems a little bit crazy. It would be cool to see the tech. I was kind of hoping we'd lose this fight so that he would like feel like the need to switch something up and then actually do the double bite tech. But I mean, if he lost this fight, he wouldn't have died, right? As long as it was a good enough loss here. Gonna just take the, well, it was going to be the Nashers and he ends up getting it because it's the highest cost unit on Carousel here. We're rolling down still just for some Urgots. I mean, why not hold on to them, I guess, but not really much else to be done here. Going to move the Bramble Vest over here, move the Sunfire over to the least relevant. You know, it doesn't really matter. You just kind of want it just on anybody. Yeah, I like this. Same side as your carries. Second row so that it doesn't get blown up completely. And this is really nice because Vex is applying red buff to the left side and the Sunfire is applying to the right side. Oh my god, we lost this fight. Wait, I'm actually shocked. Let's look at Toronto, or Toronto Tokyo's name is Toronto Archo or something. Wow, they do have 72 is their Golden Ox number, so 6 Golden Ox. They also, in a similar way, have all of these items farmed up here. I'm shocked that this fight's even that close, though. They farmed a lot of mods as well. Oh, and a lot of Zac Blobs. Yeah, their Zac Blob is 6,200 HP. Wait, does he hover the number of blobs here? Maybe he hovered it already. 6,200 HP Zac. That's what's, oh my god, 72 blob. I mean, Zac with Golden Ox is so broken because of the fact that you can just get that amount of, you just get all this gold and you can put them onto blobs. So we'll see if we can win this out actually, because that was a crazy loss here. We are not going to double bite there. We are going to keep our units like this. Our Renekton's taking some aggro at the start here, but maybe we can blow up the Annie actually. I mean, this looks like our best possible fight RNG. The Renekton going down, the Urgot doing good work, but I mean, 72 Zac Blob is just unbeatable, man. Especially, it had a mod on it as well that was probably Golden Ox mod as well. I mean, that's just disgusting. Okay, well, a fun second from YBY1. I mean, insane that it ends up being a loss, but I mean, it's okay. I mean, that was insanely capped, but cool to see these really capped boards in this lobby. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch. I'll leave the links down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.